Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. We have another 2024 rookie report for you here on the channel. We're going to talk the tight end one of the 2024 draft class, Mr. Brock Bowers, true junior from Georgia, an exciting player. And I'm really excited about this one. I'm going to be joined by my podcast co-host, Jason DiRienzo. We're going to break down his 2023 stats. We're going to take a look at some PFF stats. We're going to take a look at his scouting report, his draft capital, his dynasty projection, all that wrapped up for you here on the show. And it's nice because if I feel like in Dynasty, we are getting back to making tight ends relevant, right? Kyle Pitts came out a few years back. We've had Sam Laporta kind of, pop now. We've got Dalton Kincaid. So I think tight ends are kind of getting exciting. A lot of years went by where no one really cared about tight ends, but I think a lot of people are playing tight end premium formats. I know that's the format I like to play. So tight ends are becoming relevant again. So if you play Dynasty, you play Fantasy, you're looking for a YouTube channel out there that is going to be breaking down the top 10 tight ends of the 2024 draft class. Hit me up, hit that subscribe button. Please support the channel. Would very much appreciate it. I got all sorts of highlight films, scouting reports, mock drafts, everything on this channel to get you ready for your 2024 rookie drafts. Enjoy the show. All right, Jason, let's get into our next rookie report. We're going to talk about Brock Bowers in a little detail. All right. Brock Bowers, tight end from Georgia, 6'4", 240 pounds. He is a true junior. If you don't know who Brock Bowers is, you must be living under a rock somewhere. He is the number one tight end. We might as well start, digging deep into these tight ends and go right to the top with Brock Bowers. So you guys on the podcast, you can't see the player cards, but we got career statistics on here. We've got PFF statistics we're going to go over tonight. We're going to go over a scouting report. We're also going to do his draft and dynasty projection. So on this, these are career statistics: 134 receptions, 1,900 yards, 21 TDs. I love the average, 14.6 as a tight end. You got to love that. I love his versatility. Played in line 38%, out in the slot 53, out wide 9%, 77 catch percentage, right? And I think we're going to talk about his hands in his scouting report section. PFF stats are kind of all over the board, but I love his yards after the catch. He had 8.7, tied 6 in all tight ends in college football, which is fantastic. He was first in missed tackles forced from PFF on the stats as well, with 18. Anything about these stats? I mean, a lot of good things to look at here.
Yeah, I mean, they're all good, and honestly, it just kind of ties into what I saw from Brock Bowers during his career.
So if we talk about his scouting report, right? I think obviously for tight ends and scouting tight ends, we want the athletes, right? We want the guy that's going to, get the ball in his hands. He's going to be able to, get the yak yards and create space. And I think his athleticism is off the charts. I think that's why he's the tight end number one across the board for most draft analysts and us as well. But his yards after the catch, I think, is what makes him special.
Yes, I would agree with that. He can create after the catch, whether it's finesse, whether it's just the understanding of using head fakes and body gestures to elude and evade and separate, or play strength, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, and things that you talked about too when we were talking about a scouting report was the the versatility is a route runner and awareness. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think with him, like Jaheim Bell, because teams did not utilize him the way he should have been, it's hard to pinpoint what he's actually going to be good at the next level. Like, what is his role? With Brock Bowers, I saw him excel as a runner. I saw him excel as a blocker, a receiver. Like, he is all around good at everything that he does. I have no concerns about that, and I love the versatility.
Yeah, I mean, you love the versatility. You're absolutely right. I mean, that's probably one of the best things you can do where you can line up these players all over the field. Listen, when we do these scouting reports, we have to try and find, warts on these players, right? For at least discussion.
Yes, we do.
There are no perfect prospects when we are scouting these players. But I mean, for me, it was just the route tree was kind of consistent. I don't think he had a wide variety of a route tree. With that said, I don't think there's a route that if he hadn't run in college that he's not going to be able to master at the NFL level. So it was the only really, he could be a little undersized at 6'4", 240, but I don't think Brock Bowers is going to be asked to block a lot. I mean, I think his run blocking grade on the PFF chart here was 63. Well, that was the higher end of the scale. Looks like just over the 70th percentile of tight ends in college football. You have one here, contested catches. Is that something like the physicality at the catch point? Is that something that you think
Not even. It
could
was
have a
more
problem?
so just It was just trying to find where he was in a contested
Yeah.
catch situation. Like, I was nitpicking. And it's also because, I was looking at PFF grades and I saw that his contested catch rate was 22%. And I was having a hard time trying to find him in a contested situation when I was looking at the film. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this is something that's not necessarily a knock, but something that is, still unknown how he's
Mhm.
going to be at the next
Right.
level in those situations.
Right. So his draft and dynasty projections, I mean, it's gonna be a top 10 pick, you think? Lock? Top 10?
Oh, he let's put it this way, he should be, right?
Mhm.
I
Well,
can't imagine a team not wanting to select him that high with everything he does.
yeah, and I think for our rookie drafts, I mean, he would be probably if you play in tight ends, like premium leagues, probably I just took him in a draft that I'm doing with Ian Cummings from Pro Football Network. We're using one of his mock drafts, and we are doing a rookie mock draft. I took Brock Bowers. He had him going to the Chargers, and I took him, I think, with the seventh pick. It was a super flex, so he had a couple
Mm,
quarterbacks, a couple wide receivers, but number seventh in a rookie draft. So I think he's going to be a mid to early rookie pick, especially if he gets that great landing spot. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about that landing spot at the Chargers? Given the Chargers season this year, let's say he
yeah,
did go to the Chargers and that
I
team
love that
and
spot
mhm.
because honestly, they already have Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnson, right? So we know that the outside portion is all solidified. Keenan Allen's getting older, but I think they're going to find another slot receiver. At least I know Brock Bowers. Chargers love to use the tight end. Bowers can be used all over the place. I love that spot because I think he'll get a massive amount of snaps and a massive amount of targets going his way.
Yeah, could you see Brock Bowers being a lead target, you know,
100%.
on
As a
a
matter of
team?
fact, like,
I
if
can
he
too.
yeah, absolutely. He would I have Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. He would be wide receiver 4 for me because I think
Mhm.
that's what he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. So my comp for him is George Kittle. If this guy's the tight end one of the class, and that is at least the kind of career we're hoping for. But I always like George Kittle's toughness and his, yak ability and his way
Mhm.
about him. And it was interesting because you had brought up a comp. Um, it was that running back from Tampa Bay. Didn't you have a comp for him? The way he ran?
Who? Bowers?
Yeah, Brock
Oh,
Bowers.
I
Wasn't
can't stop seeing Mike Allstott
That's
when
it,
he's
Mike
running with the
Allstott.
ball.
Yeah, he's
I
got the
cannot
shoulders the way,
not see
he
my
runs.
yes.
Yes,
The
yeah,
power, the strength, the tenacity, like, dude, if I were an NFL team, not only would he be my receiver, he would be my Mike Allstott, no joke.
right,
I would
yeah.
use him as a runner.
So
I
who's your
cannot see it, and the versatility reminds me of a lot of Evan Ingram coming out of Ole Miss, and a lot of what
that's your
Evan
comp?
Ingram is doing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I can see Brock Bowers doing that same thing.
Yeah, I really like that comp. He's really good with the ball in his hands, and he can extend
Yeah,
plays and all of that stuff. So, all right, there you guys got it on Brock Bowers. That is our rookie report on him. Can't wait to see where he lands in the
yeah,
draft for
it's
sure.
exciting.
Yeah.